Uh, Good afternoon. So today I would like to talk the Article 12, the Indian Constitution. Basically those who are writing KSLU examination and those who are preparing the judiciary. So before going to the Constitution, basically you must have to know the background of the Constitution and why the Constitution it is very rigid and uh, so many articles were added. See, you compare to the US. US has only the 7 articles and maybe 27 amendments has been uh, they have been amended. My dear friends, so you compare to India, Indian Constitution, we have the originally 22 part and 8 schedules, 395 article. Now more than 106 amendments and the part increased 25 parts and schedule 4 again we added. Now total schedule is 12. Now basically we need to understand so why it's required, what is the reason behind that. Our scholars, jurists, no, the people who are constitutional committee members, drafting committee members, why they are added so many articles and why it's required. The story behind it's required a lot of effort and they invested a lot of time. So finally, they came to the final figure, the constitution, how we need to add and how should be the preamble. So how it will affect in future. And Article 368, so providing, so you can make change if the society requirement is there, you can change it, or society itself demand, or if you need some new policies or new act, so you can amend it under the Article 368. So that is the biggest tool so provided Indian Constitution. So that is the important things we need to understand. And what is the importance of the preamble, and what is the constitution, what is the constitution law, and what is the constitutionalism. So these are all important things we need to understand. So then only we will conclude, or we can understand why it's a requirement and how it will be protect Indian citizens, and what are the fundamental rights says and emergency provision says. So India is a country, it is very diversity country. So here in this India, there is a variety languages, variety culture, variety the people who are staying, the residents in India. So these are all we look into, and we have to give the equality, so equal protection among all the citizens. So these are all parameters. So the drafting committee, they look into these all parameters. So then they are making drafting, and finally we are adopted and we are accepted our constitution. We are ruling the constitution. Constitution is ultimately supremacy. So we require the constitution's supremacy until unless so dictatorship will manage, dictatorship will rule. It means the constitution will be no meaning. So that is mean always constitution always will be supremacy. So we have to obey under we have to obey the constitution law. So now we'll understand the Article 12. So Article 12 is very important. Why? Because we need to understand Article 12. So my dear friends, Article 12 it says, so we generally state, so what it says means. So in this part, this article part 3, 12 to 35, the fundamental acts, it says, see, Article 12 is not a fundamental rights. It says what is the definition of state. Okay, and Article 13, so it says about the law. So wherever comes in law, what you need to understand, you go through Article 13. So rest of 14 to 35, they are all fundamental rights. So we'll go through one by one. So now I would like to go with Article 12. So Bare Act. So Bare Act says in this part, unless contest otherwise require, the state includes government and Parliament of India, and government and legislative each state, and all other or all local or other authorities within the territory of India or under the government, under the control of government of India. This is the Article 12 of Indian Constitution. So this is the Bare Act. So we need to understand Bare Act, what it means. So now we have already gone through the Bare Act. It says, so up to local authority we have clarity. I mean the government and Parliament of India, so it is come under the purview of state. There is no confusion. And second, government and legislature of each state. So second line, it also come under the purview of state. There is no confusion. So next third one, all local. All local authorities means it come under panchayati, lower panchayati, these municipalities and boards, village panchayatis. These are all come under the purview of 12 local authorities. So village panchayati, Ajit versus state of Punjab. So there the Supreme Court held that village panchayats come under purview of 12, I mean state. So up to 3, first, second, third, there is no confusion. So confusion here, the other authorities. So now other authorities, there is no any interpretation in the Bear Act. So now we need to understand. So some court landmark given the landmark judgments and interpretation. What is the other authorities? How it is come under the purview of 12. So now we'll go into the article 12 other authorities. So now other authorities, there is a landmark judgments are there. So first two judgments, first on the judgments, so many judgments are there. First I would like to discuss one judgment or two judgments. There is Adi Shetty versus airport, International Airport of India. So that is the one case. So the Adi Shetty is the person who is the hotel owner. He there is a tender. He just submit his tender application. So but he could not able to get his tender. So then he filed a case against the these things, International Airport. So there is the court. There is a question. Either it comes under the private or it comes under the state. So there is a confusion. So then they will conclude. They given 5 important points. Then this is the way you have to test the which is the state and are deemed to be state or no, it's come under the purview of state. So they are given 5 tests. So if you are want to, if there come before any issues, you want to clarify either it comes under the state or not, means there is a 5 tests have been given. So the first test is it's saying that it is a capital, the entire capital from the capital from the government, and second, the purview of the control from the government, means any person. So one is the investment from the government, and secondly the person who is handling is also controlled by the government, and third the function is whatever service doing function will be public. And then again there is a private company also, not only the government sector, it is private company also. They're doing the same, control with the government, investment with the government, and functions should be the general public service, and profit, and making profit, also taking profit from the government. So these are 5 parameters they have been given. Again one more case, Ajay Asya versus Khalid Mujid. Ajay Asya versus Khalid Mujid. So this also one more landmark judgment. There they given 5, 6 points. Same 5 earlier Adi Shetty, and 6 one more monopoly basis. Monopoly basis like railway. So railway is the monopoly base. So nobody know any other private company. They having a monopoly based company. We consider come under the state, and it is taking a benefit. So these way they are given. So earlier it was Rajasthan Electricity Board versus Mohanlal. So that is the case first. They decided it's come under the state because it is the same 5 parameters they look into. Earlier it is a 3 stage like the control test and function test under statutory body. Where there is a statutory body, it's come under the where the legislative parliament the making law, it's come under state. Some non-statutory body means like LIC and some other RBI, some other some ordinancy. So where emergency ordinancy law will make laws. So that also come under the purview of the state. So these are the areas we can understand. And next, so many cases are come before us. Then the court will very clarify. These are the 5 important parameters, like this Adi Shetty and Ajay Asya case. So this is the way out. This is the way they concluded. So now private nobody can claim the fundamental rights. So they can shoot against the individual case. So that come under the purview of individual case. So under the 226 and the come under 226 are the you can directly you can, if the fundamental rights you can write directly with the Supreme Court, and 226 in the High Court you can file. Now what I'm talking in the private sector, if there is any issue in legal violation, you cannot claim under the state. So that will be private shoot you can file against them. Why reason behind it is clarity is required, because see, so many the India is a very vast and wider population. So then that's the violation of fundamental rights. The violated means even private company also violating this thing. Means now even though there is more than 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs cases are there in the trial court and higher court and all. So now we cannot able to imagine it. So see, that is the reason that we clarify that which come under the state or not. So thank you so much.